Hey, what's up, nerds? It's Paul at Radio Free Hammer Hall. Today, we just got the first article for the new Slaves to Darkness Battletome that is going to be dropping soon. We just got the announcement that it's, next weekend is going to be pre-order. So about 2 weeks out for the new Battletome, and I don't know, I'm pretty psyched. I'm looking at this article. I'm just going to kind of go through because, I'm excited. Why not? Share some of my thoughts on it. It looks like, I've gone through this already. Off the top, it looks like there's a lot more changes in here than there were for Skaven and Stormcast Eternals from what was in the indexes. So that is very interesting. There's also a bunch of other stuff in here that really makes me raise my eyebrow a little bit on what things are going to be like going forward. One of the things that's not in here that GW confirmed, I think in one of the Facebook or Twitter threads about this, is that there's going to be 4 more War Scrolls that are going to be getting removed from this Battletome from where we had things before, which that's like thing number 1 that's really interesting, that we just got an index. You would think that they would have culled everything already when they were just culling stuff. But now we have more things getting dropped. The Manticore kit, so the Lord and the Sorcerer Lord on Manticore are getting cut. The War Shrine is getting cut, and then there was the Soul Grinder is also being cut from this book. Personally, I'm not sad to see any of those go. They're all ugly kits. Soul Grinder doesn't belong in AOS to begin with. Never should have been there. And the Manticore, it's just old and derpy, and so is the War Shrine. I think it would be nice to get a new War Shrine, but obviously we're not going to. They're also giving us that new sculpt for the Sorcerer Lord, too, on foot. So that I guess the old model will probably be discontinued, and we're just getting our cool new one that's coming out with the book. All right, so let's actually just jump into this article. So we're raising our corrupted banners and transforming into demon princes. So I'm not going to read all of this word for word. Some cool art here. Definitely dig. So the Eye of the Gods is going to be your primary battle trait. What you're going to be doing now is you're going to select one of the heroes in your army to have the Eye of the Gods. And every time they fight, and every time at the end of a turn they're contesting an objective that is outside of your territory, they get D3 apotheosis points. And then once they get to 8 apotheosis points, they can then convert that into either healing up and getting a 5-up ward for the rest of the battle, or they can be replaced by a demon prince that keeps all of the same marks and all of that jazz. All of the enhancements of the prior hero that just had dark apotheosis. So I think this is fun. This feels like it's doing exactly the things that you want to do with chaos, right? Like you want to ascend to be a demon prince. You're gonna have your champions out there try and get glory. So I think this is pretty cool. The way our marks are going to work has also changed. Now you're at the start of each of your hero phases, you get to pledge one of your units to the dark gods, and you pick one of the 4 gods for what they're going to be pledged to. So you're not going to get units that are in your list going to be dedicated to a particular god. You're going to be making that determination at the start of each of your turns, picking one of your units to be dedicated. These marks are also a lot more powerful than the old ones were. So Khorne now is just going to be +1 to the attacks characteristic of melee weapons. Not on the charge, just all melee weapons are +1 to their attacks characteristic. And then pledging to Slaanesh, you get 3d6 charges on that unit. So that is pretty huge. We don't have any idea of what the Nurgle or Tzeentch look like yet, but man, those are quite powerful. We're also going to be having ensorcelled banners again, like we did in the 3rd edition book. You're going to be able to pick one of your units with a banner to give them an ensorcelled banner. They are going to, if they're a marked banner, they are pledged to that particular god for the whole game. So that's an additional way to get somebody marked. And they'll get additional bonuses. So here we have the Slaanesh one. Add 1 to the attacks characteristic when you charge. And then the Nurgle one, the eroding icon. While this unit includes its standard bearer, the enemy cannot score critical hits against this unit. That's really powerful in a lot of situations anyway. So these are super cool. They're saying tomorrow we're going to look at Armies of Renown. So some interesting things that we're learning out of this. Number one, we are going to be able to get other enhancements, other enhancement types other than your artifacts and your heroic traits. They're willing to really rewrite a lot of how the Battletome works compared to 3rd edition, as well as compared to what was in the index. So there's just like a lot of changes that they're making here. Not having to pick what your mark is in your list is also really interesting. I find it very interesting that your whole army basically just starts out as undivided. And as they go along, they can be dedicating themselves to one particular god and getting boons from that god. I really like this a lot. I like where it's going. So I'm excited. I was just working on my display board for my Slaves to Darkness army. So going to probably talk about that soon as well. We've got Du Bois coming up this weekend where I'm going to be running my Slaves to Darkness. So yeah, I'm excited. All of this looks very cool. Oh, and then we have an undivided ensorcelled banner as well. I forgot to mention that. Enemies can't use commands while they're in combat range with that unit. Again, that's another really strong one. So, I guess that's about it for now. Relatively quick one. Just wanted to go through the article. Hopefully we get some other juicy articles this week. We have more to talk about. So that's going to be it for now, kids. I'll talk to you all later. End stream.